Hey, welcome back guys yet to another video, and today we are talking about drones with the original DJI Mavic Pro here on my right, and on my left we have the DJI Mavic Mini 2. Let's get into it. So with all the drones that are coming out nowadays, and it doesn't seem like it's going to stop anytime soon, everybody's doing drone comparisons, but it doesn't seem like anybody is doing comparisons against the OG original Mavic Pro over here. Last year I made a video comparing the original Pro and the Mini 1, and to this day that video still gets comments of people trying to decide whether they should go with the Mini 1 or the Pro because a used Pro is around the same price as a brand new Mini. And now we have the Mini 2. Another drone around the same price range, so which one's best? In last year's video, I highly recommended the Mini over the Pro for two reasons. Even at 2.7K, I thought it looked better than the Pro's 4K image, and if you didn't need the active track. Sadly, the choice wasn't that simple, I came to find out, because I ended up having to get rid of my Mini 1 and go back to the Pro. At that time, I was living in San Francisco, and I was experiencing too much interference with the Wi-Fi signal that the Mini used. I mean, the drone would literally be 2 or 3 stories above me, and I would lose signal. Thankfully, I never lost a drone. Now with the Mini 2 over here, we have two of the biggest problems fixed. We have 4K on such a tiny drone, and we have OcuSync 2.0, giving us a more reliable signal. Only thing we don't have is active track. But I guess you can't really expect something in such a small drone, at least not until the Mini 3. Anyways, before we go into the footage of these two, some things about the drones. They both have a 1/2.3 inch sensor capable of shooting 4K at 30 frames per second. The Mini can shoot slow-mo at 2.7K, while the Pro, you need 1080p. And of course, the big thing with the Mini is it weighing under 249 grams, and the Pro weighs almost 3 times as much at 734 grams. This Mini can fly in places that the Pro cannot. Point being, my brother and I were in Puerto Rico, and I tried to fly the Pro near a naval base, had air restrictions, wouldn't take off. A year later, he goes with his Mini and had no problem, was able to bypass the air restrictions and take whatever shots he wanted. The Pro has the front sensors, giving you obstacle avoidance from the front, while both of them have bottom sensors. The Pro has the older controller, joystick stuck on there. The Mini has the new controller with the removable joysticks. And one big advantage of the Mini that people don't even consider sometimes when buying a drone is the batteries that they use. This one you need a brick, you need a wall plug to plug it in. You can charge this one on a battery bank. That means you can get through one day on just one battery by charging in between shoots in your backpack as you're driving or taking the bus somewhere else. Okay, let's hop into the footage that I got for both of these guys. All of this was shot in 4K 24 frames per second, no editing whatsoever. This is automatic settings on both to see what you get straight out of the box, and if you don't want to color grade it, this is what it's gonna look like. I took these two drones out on 2 separate days, and you can see from the first day, it was extremely cloudy. You can tell that in the Mavic Pro's image, it is exposing for the sky, leading to blown out highlights and a worse image overall, while the Mini 2 is exposing well for both the sky and the ground, leading to pretty good detail overall in the images. And it seems to be a reoccurring theme that the Mini 2 exposes well for the whole scene. And even though because of the clouds, the skies are really bright, it seems to retain a lot more detail within the clouds as well. Here on the second day, we headed out to the coast, and it was a really nice day. The sun was coming out. And with the Mini's colors, they just seem more true to life with the bluer blues. And the Pro has a warmer yellowish tint to it, I guess. And I never really quite liked the color and the image that the Pro gave out, but that might just be my opinion. Because if you look at the Pro's image by itself, not comparing it to any other drone, it looks pretty decent, but when you put it next to the Mini, there's no contest. To me, the Mini wins hands down. There was one scene that I liked the Pro's image more. It was this one, where I'm circling the coast. The Pro's footage looks, I guess in a word, more cinematic. But to be honest, that could be because by the time I got that shot, the clouds rolled back in, giving a better lighting situation. But yeah, in that image, I like the Pro better. Although the Mini wins for me. Here we have a 200% zoom test. I cropped into both images 200%, and on these two images, the Mini is noticeably sharper, but you can really tell when you look at the ocean on the top and the skies, and then the plant area on the bottom left. And what's going on with this truck over here? It looks like it's becoming a part of the driveway in the Pro's image, but the Mini is holding itself together pretty well, even at 200%. So a few final thoughts is that The Mini 2 is really good. The signal held up really nicely, and I was shooting from inside my car half the time. Huge improvement over the Wi-Fi signal that the Mini 1 was using. At no point did I ever lose trust in the drone, did I think I was gonna lose it. Wind resistance, amazing. It was about 12, 13 miles per hour on both days that I was shooting. The Mini 1, I would get high wind alerts somewhere around 6 or 8 miles per hour, and when you get those alerts, you're on edge. Anxiety the whole time. Not one alert on either of these two drones, to be fair, at about 12 to 13 miles per hour. But by no means does that mean that that is the highest that this drone can fly in. I'm sure you'd be fine 18, 20 miles per hour. I did find that the Mini 2 is easier to control. It's more user-friendly than the Pro. The joysticks, the maneuvering is just much smoother. And when you don't have active track, that's great to be able to get the shots that you want much easier. Where with the Pro, I would hit the stick a little bit and it would move really slowly, give it a little bit more, and then it would just go. And it was really hard to get in between the speeds that I wanted without giving it too much or giving it too little. With the Pro, it was just a lot harder to get the shots that you wanted, but if you spend a little bit more time learning, you can definitely do it. It's just so buttery smooth and easier for beginners with the Mini 2 over here. And noise, that's a big thing for me when I fly drones, and that's honestly why I don't fly the Pro as much as I would have liked since getting it years ago. It attracts a lot of attention, and 100 feet in the air, you can still hear the noise from this drone. This one was, no joke, 10 feet in the air, and because I was right next to the ocean, if I didn't know the drone was there, I wouldn't have noticed it. The Pro was in the air, over the ocean, off a cliff, and there was this old lady with her dog pointing at the drone, talking to her dog. Hey, what is that? What is that thing over there? She could hear it so clearly. She was talking to her dog. Her dog probably didn't know what was going on, but she was talking to it about the drone because it makes so much noise. That's how loud the Pro is. Well, anyways, I would highly recommend the Mini 2 over the Pro. Forget the Mini 1, Mini 2, go ahead, spend the extra $50 for it or whatever it is. Get yourself a Mini 2 over the Pro. It is a game changer. It is with the OcuSync 2.0 and the 4K. There's no reason not to go with this one if you are considering this one. Can't say anything bad about it except give me active track next time. Mini 3, come on, active track. Let me know what you guys thought about this video. Let me know what you guys thought about the drone footage. Which drone are you guys gonna be picking up? And thank you guys for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing if you haven't already. And I will catch you guys in the next video.